So the question is, at what stakes does GTO, game theoretical optimal play, become crucial? Is it correct that at micro stakes and small stakes you're supposed to play an exploitive play style, and at the higher stakes you're supposed to play more of a GTO play style? Now, the answer to this question is going to be moo. It's going to be this is not the correct question to ask. So let me rephrase the question to illustrate the problem with the question. At what stakes is it important to make good bet sizes? Is it okay in micro stakes to just play standard, normal, easy bet sizing, and is it only important on higher stakes to make min bets and over bets? Is it hand reading important only at higher stakes? Is it okay to play micro stakes without trying to put the opponent on a hand and only hand read the opponents on higher stakes? And as you can see, those questions they don't really resonate. They don't really make too much sense because, of course, every time you play poker, you should think about what is the best bet size I can use in this situation. Every time you play poker, you're going to think about what does my opponent have, what does he represent, what does my hand look like. So, and the same thing about GTO. Every time you play poker, you should think about what play is a good play in this situation, and what play is not a good play in the situation, based on a sort of balanced-ish GTO-ish play style or GTO-ish arguments for the situation. So I want to, not have GTO as like this mystical thing which you learn at some point. It's more of part of poker, and at some point, if you want to become a great poker player, you have to deal with it. And now I know high stakes players which are very bad at bet sizing. They just never min bet, they never over bet. And you can be a successful mid stakes, high stakes player without having spent a lot of time on bet sizing. At the same time, there are people on the micro stakes who are excelling at like making min bets for thin value or over betting. So it's like these skills, you're gonna have to master so many skills in poker, and the game theoretical side of things, that's one of the skills you're gonna have to master. At which point you make yourself subject to learning this is completely up to you, and but don't see it as something special that's not necessary, or something which is magical or anything like that. It's just you should learn first. You should learn the super basics, then you should learn the basics of everything that's there to learn, and then you slowly go over all the possible things that you need to master to become a professional online poker player. So, is exploiter style the best? Well, exploiter style is absolutely the best. If you know which option is max EV, you should always take that option. That's all poker is about. However, in a lot of situations, you just do not know what the max EV play is. It's just impossible to know a lot of the times, and in that situation, the max EV play is typical. Under some conditions, is typical the closest GTO approximation you can find in that spot. So that's my answer to that question.